Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Ooh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowery Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
It is the day after Christmas, and so I guess Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that fun stuff, because it's still the holiday season. We got New Year's around the corner. This is our normally, throwaway episode?
This is for sure our throwaway episode. Nobody's listening.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to work.
I
It's
can
like
see,
half the people have it off.
I can see a couple views on there right now, our live people. Oh, look, there's Renshai. We're not late, Renshai. We arrive precisely when we mean to, as the one great Gandalf used to say.
I'm sure he still says it.
Yeah, this is episode 253, and we're going to keep this one nice and tight. Hopefully it's us, so it might not stay tight, but
it should. We're willing to skip staple verses.
Yeah, we're going to kind of keep this one within, or try to around that hour mark. So we'll see how staple verses goes. But
so
what are we
last
doing
week
today?
we did the keyword, or the abilities
keyword ability
draft.
Yeah.
And this week we're just going to talk about the bracket, the matchups, and sway everybody as much as possible towards whatever we are promoting.
There we
whatever
go.
we chose.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what's right or wrong.
Right.
It's
it's
just I want to win.
Hey, we got Paul here too, so we got at least two people in on this holiday week here. So shots and everything are involved still, even though we're doing a short thing. But you guys don't have to do it. It's fine.
You don't have to. You don't have to. It's fine. We're gonna do Savant for sure. To open up and just make sure that
because if you don't get stumped
somebody
this
else's
week,
dreams, so they don't get a prize.
Speaking of that, look at this. Renshai sent us this for Stump the Smith Savant for getting stumped. It is, well, hang on, I'll take it out of the sleeve there. It is a foil token.
Woo!
With his signature on it that says Jeweled Lotus. So he, scratched off some stuff, and it's foil and all that fun. It's a double-sided. I mean, all the foils are typically double-sided foil. So thank you, Renshai. This week we have, I'm going to kind of change things up a little bit in that I'm going to do the drawing for the next week right after we finish Stump the Smith Savant, because I haven't been doing the live Sundays. So now I've been just going down our list. So we're just going to do, and that makes more sense anyways. We're finishing Stump the Smith Savant. Let's see who's the next battler for their next week. And we can, people can hear it and be like, oh shit, I'm next. So this week it's Scale Papa, which is not a patron or anything. This is somebody else that emailed, or I think actually shot me a message. So that is on the line there, or not online. This is on the line. The Nicol Bolas Secret Lair 30th edition God Pharaoh. So that is on the line. If Lowery does not get stumped, then we will add a card next week. So, and next week's our special, like what our favorite cards were for the year, right? I mean, that's what we got going on.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all the new cards that were printed last year, 2022. So this year, I guess. And we'll do our fave five. And then hopefully we don't, I'm sure we won't talk. There was so much new cards printed. We might overlap a little bit, but that's going to be next week.
Yep. So, and that'll be, hopefully you're not hungover at that point, because that'll be January 2nd. So,
I'm not worried about me.
Well, I didn't mean you. I just meant other people listening and all that stuff. You listener. How was Christmas? How did everything go with? Oh wait, you got stories.
Everybody's sick.
You got stories.
Kind of. No, I mean, so
I only know from
Christmas
Discord.
Eve. Last week I picked up my in-laws from the airport. They're coming back from Vietnam after like 2 weeks, and turns out that my mother-in-law had COVID. And then Wednesday, my son is running a fever, and he didn't have COVID. I didn't have COVID, so we
Yeah,
were
you
good
tested,
there.
yeah.
And then, but we stayed away. We're normally it's Christmas Eve with my wife's family,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like, well, let's give it one more day, just make sure, stay away from it. Christmas, and it was low key, very cool. Christmas Day, we wake up, and that which is Sunday, and my wife is like, I am sick. Like, oh my god.
It's the worst on Christmas too. It's just
Yeah,
like
Christmas Day. So I let her sleep in. The kids weren't all over. I turned on the TV for the
mhm.
first time in a long time for them, and let Kirsten sleep a bit. She woke up for like opening up the presents, and then she went right back to bed. I, then brought the kids to my mother's house, which is what we normally do for Christmas Day. And on the way, about
Uh-oh.
less than a quarter mile away, my daughter goes, I'm coughing. I was like, are you okay? And then she's like,
Oh.
just like a clear puke, nothing too bad all over
Yeah,
herself.
not like splatter
and
everywhere.
then 2 blocks later, my son Lowery's like, oh, I don't feel so good. I'm like, oh no. Can you hold on to it? We're literally 4 blocks away from grandma's house, and he's like, no. I start rolling down the windows, and he just pukes everywhere.
Oh, like did he even try to get out the window? Like, is it just...
they're strapped in so tight.
Yeah,
like
so
with,
it's just
with
more
the,
of like turning their head. Hopefully I can
so
funnel my mouth so it just shoots.
It just went all the way down him. You don't ever think about how many like cups and crevices that your door has until somebody pukes into them.
Yeah.
Like you're cleaning out the window
buttons. Yeah,
underneath there. It's in that handhold. There's that little thing underneath. I definitely got like puke smeared into the speaker area. Like, God. And because he did that, and then I was like, okay, well, there's nothing I can do. We're 3 blocks away from my my mother's house. And then he pukes again. I'm like,
in that 3
like,
blocks?
I'm gonna do it again. He's like, so probably, I don't know what happened. It was double. I was just like, oh my fucking God.
So did you spend basically the first hour at your parents' house cleaning up puke? Is that what you were doing? Or did you do the whole, let's just let it sit outside because it's sub-zero, freeze it and then hit it with a hammer and break it into chunks?
Okay, so what ended up happening, I get them out of their clothes, throw them inside, and my mother starts giving them a bath. And in that meantime, I go back and I start trying to wipe it up, and then it had frozen all in place because I had left the door open to have like the smell get out,
and so it really got cold.
And so
quick.
everything freezes, and I'm like, shit.
I don't want to go in your car for
leave
a
it
long
run.
time.
Go inside, chit chat, go back outside. I went back and forth for the first hour, like just wiping things down until it froze because it was -2 at the time.
Yeah.
And then go back in, let it warm up and marinate that smell in there. Go back out there, wipe it down.
I bet you it just stuck to you too. I bet you your clothes just
yeah, no.
Just burn it. That's when you just take a match and
and I was like, okay, I got home and I was like, I need to poop. I got the kids down. We were super late. And I'm like, I got to poop and then I'm going to shower. Once I get the kids down, Kirsten's still really sick or, feeling like really tired. And I was like, go down in the basement, sleep in the guest bed. I don't need to shower. So I've definitely smelled. Yeah, I've definitely smelled like vomit for like day and a half at this point. Yeah,
sucks.
It's just, it got in my. It makes me feel like I should like trim my nose hairs a little bit
just to get the smell.
I don't know. Yeah,
so I know the story of when our dog shitting and doing the same thing but with shit. From that point forward, every time I was in that car, I could smell it. Cindy couldn't smell it, but I could smell it. And long story short, we sold that car within a couple months because I couldn't stand it. Not because of that. We were already, but I was just like, nope, I can smell the puke or the poop. It's in here. And so I'm curious if your car, you'll be the one that, because you know what that smell was when you were in there. Yeah. So now every time you get in there, doesn't matter how clean it is, you're going to be like, I smell puke. I smell it.
Maybe. I definitely like took his car seat apart, washed all the padding that got hit, wiped it down with alcohol swabs, just to like try and kill whatever's on there. but again, I had to bring it inside,
Yeah.
let it thaw out. You just like, and then you just like, there was like a puddle in the back corner underneath the padding, like the seat padding.
I do.
So I need to do that in the morning. So don't get me too drunk.
Okay.
Like normally I wake up hungover, and I don't want to do that tomorrow.
After the podcast. Well, I don't see Josh on here, so I think we're good with the shots wise. Plus, he did the huge donation stuff last week, so we actually have an announcement to make with that, which we'll do here in a little bit. Get anything cool Christmas wise? I did get that sign back there. Says Commander Smiths. My wife got that. I know it's a little bright that I tried to turn it down. But I got a Commander Smith's neon light thing, and then you can kind of see there's this like starlight cloud thing that's on.
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
So she got me that as well, and then you saw this on Discord. But the dice roller dragon, which that sucker lights up too, and then you drop the little die down there, and it hits my computer. It's pretty sweet. So she did well this year for me not getting magic cards. I got a lot of podcast magic related stuff.
Very cool. I got a Vikings hat.
Nice.
Yeah. And I was gonna.
You don't even like the Vikings anymore because you're an old Vikings fan.
I know.
You're an old man Vikings fan.
I think so. What Kirsten does is for Christmas and birthdays, like, she finds stuff that I wear, but she doesn't like, but doesn't want to say anything about it. And because I have Grant's old like behind the beard that's like hat. Probably all that's what I wear all the time,
stained and all that and everything.
It's fully black, but it's brown on the front now at this point. And so yeah, this is her saying you need a new.
There's
hat.
Another.
Yeah.
Well, you're like in the podcast. I got my Nicol Bolas hat. I mean, it's right.
But she wants one where I'm wearing around the house.
Yeah, I got you.
Or when we're driving or whatever. And so that is what she's saying without saying it. It's smart. I as long as it's practical. She knows I wear a hat now, and she wants me to have a different hat. I'm
there
like,
you
okay.
go. Hey, that works. And the Vikings are doing well, buddy. It's been a crazy season. So I mean, it's always comes down to the last second, whatever. So it's just crazy. Let's not dilly dally too long because we have to try to keep this tight and everything. So let's get right to it. Well, actually, I do need to do this. We do have a new patron. It's been a little bit since we've gotten a new patron, but we have a new patron. Let's see. I'm going to is it Moses? Is that how you would say his name? I think that's how you spell Moses. I haven't seen
Sounds right.
Moses but Moses.
Welcome to a meat forest.
That sounds like a fairy tale of a meat forest.
Thank you for joining, buddy. Thank you for contributing or adding to the show or adding to our financial part of it, whatever you want to say. But you guys can become a patron as well. $1 or more gets you into the Discord. That gets you chatting with us, gets you to potentially play games and everything like that. Won't get you into the drawings, but $5 or more gets you automatically into the giveaways that we do for, but speaking of, we have the big $1,000 1K for 1K subs. But Josh D donated last week. If you guys were watching or listened, donated $175. I think we used 15 of that for the shot, and the rest is all going to a giveaway. And he said specifically wanted to use for the patrons. And I have to do an apology shout out for Josh because I had the wrong Josh in our shout outs in the beginning because he is one of our Golden Dong, Garuk Dong members. And I had the wrong Josh. There's too many Joshes in Discord.
We have a handful of Joshes.
And I don't know why I fucked it. And the funny thing is,
because you sent it to him just like a week before.
Yeah, I know.
Too.
Well, no, I sent it. Yeah, but I just I don't know why, because there's a Josh De Young, and there's so many DE Young, D whatever, DePoy De Young. So I mixed them up. That's my dyslexia stuff, right? I do it my dad.
Ted's saying that we have 894 subs right now. Almost to 900.
Oh, wow. So we are almost.
That's not too bad.
We're almost, because we had almost 30 subs in the last 2 weeks just off of that. So once we hit that 1,000 mark, basically the giveaway ends. Well, you'll get an extra week, and then we're going to start giving away stuff. Speaking of, we did hit, we unlocked the autograph card. So even if we go longer than that month mark, which kind of seems like we will, every 500 or every comments unlocks a certain thing. So at 200, we unlocked autographed cards. And the next thing is misprints. So once we get to 300 comments, we're a quarter of the way there for that. So if you haven't done so, you're listening right now, just jump on to our last week's episode. I do have it tagged at the beginning of each episode from this point forward. So if you're wondering how to find it, you can just click there, or you can check out YouTube by subscribing and seeing it there and everything. But okay, so that's the patron stuff. That's the giveaway stuff. Do you want me to show that stuff? No. We talked about it last week. We'll just move pretty quick through this. So that's the financial way to support the show. The other way to do it is to join us on the live stuff. Buy us shots, buy us beans, make us do Malort shots, which are the worst. What are you drinking there really quick, Lowery? Because we haven't done that. We forgot to do that.
Oh, it's my last Lizard of Cause
Okay.
that Alex gave me. It's not a good beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got the chocolate Dunkel
Ooh, Dunkel.
Leinenkugels. It's pretty good. It's
Nice.
dark, which means I drink it slower, which I like. I like to
It's like
sip
a
on my
dark
beers.
wheat.
So,
that is pretty dark.
yeah, look at that sucker. Really nice. So yeah, that is the financial way to support the show. Everything kind of pretty much goes right back into the show. So if you become a patron, just even $1, even just getting into the Discord, highly recommend that because we don't really socialize on Twitter. If you want to socialize with us a little bit more, we do everything in Discord, and just $1 a month gets you in there and you can chat and be a part of the community. But the free way to support the show is jump on YouTube, subscribe. That gets you into this $1,000 giveaway thing. Well, you have to do the comment stuff, but subscribing is your first step. The second step is doing all the comments. Check out that video to get all the rules and all that stuff. But we have tons of videos that go on weekly, including this podcast. Curated MTG, you have 2 of them, or two times a week. You're curated. I didn't even get a chance. I just tagged them all because I've been
Tuesday
busy.
and Saturday. Well, I appreciate that. What was?
I don't even know.
Pedantic Learning. I like this card a lot. Doesn't go in a ton of decks, but it's blue enchantment, and then whenever a land goes into your graveyard from your library, you can pay 1 and draw a card. So any place where you're self-milling, you can have that in play and just like pay 1, 2, 3, 4, draw 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's
wait, but it's for each
pretty
land,
cool
right? For each land.
So yeah. It's not 1 or more. You can pay 1. It's whenever a land enters
or goes in the graveyard
from your library.
Okay, nice.
So like I have it in Tocasia where like, I'm surveilling, which is basically a self mill if I want, and then you can just boom, hit that land, pay 1, draw a card. It's pretty cool. Nice.
And you can tell because things have changed on YouTube a bit. We can't do thumbnails on shorts anymore, which is really dumb. And so now I don't ever see it. Unless I watch your video, I don't see the card because I used to have to edit the thumbnails. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I like this card that Lowery's using. Now I have no idea. And it mainly because of this week. I mean, we aren't, with Christmas and everything, we are busy. So I didn't even get a chance to look at it.
I know you don't like curated. That's fine.
Whatever. Renshai said, Twitter is just like Team Forest Walk. Dumb.
You mean a number 1 pick overall and the best social platform out there? I guess
the best.
What? Twitter's the best social platform out there. That's what everybody says, right?
I guess, right?
Yeah, we just don't like it. It's not number 1 in our heart. It's just I'm just saying statistically.
The best part is he just added the how many people look at your post but don't actually do anything now. So we have a new little stat thing on Twitter that makes you feel even worse that no one looks at our shit.
No, that's always been there.
No, they just added so everybody can see it of how many reactions. Like it's on the left.
It's different than interactions. So
yeah, it's like anybody that clicks on it but doesn't actually do anything. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, so YouTube, there's tons of videos. We have the battle boxes. We have the curateds. We already said that. We have the spotlights. We have the pack openings, which Larry's been opening the secret layer, the 30th anniversary pack a day. You finished that, right? Yeah, you got done with that.
No, I have 2 more.
2 more.
I missed a couple days when I got busy over the weekends.
Oh, gotcha.
Stuff like that. So
understandable.
I should be done here in the next 2-3 days.
So yeah, we have tons of the videos with that proxy stuff, all that. So there's just the best thing is subscribe to YouTube, and that helps us. And it also the giveaway that's going on. So it helps everybody. The other way you guys can, I guess you support us by going to Twitter and becoming a follower or something like that, I guess. But you see where we post
we're
everything.
We're losing followers on Twitter
because of how we're promoting it, right?
Oh, that's right. That's what it is.
Actually, I don't want to keep getting deeper with this, but it hit me the other day. I was like, maybe why our Twitter doesn't do it like well is we share it. We don't have here's a Lowery Twitter, here's an Adam Twitter. So it's never, we just put CSA and CSL to determine who is the one that put like that post.
Right.
So maybe that's a thing. I don't care as much.
No.
I mean, it's like
I doubt it.
A joint.
We just don't post.
I know. We just post videos.
We just post what we're doing. It's a good place to see what we're doing, but we're not having conversations.
Yeah.
Unless you want to carry it on. Like
the best way to do that is join Patreon. Just $1, guys. Okay. So
you
Twitter.
Just email us and we chat with you too.
Yes. Well, you won't be because you're not monitoring it.
No, I don't really go on the email. So
but that is a good point. You can either direct message us on Twitter or you can shoot us an email at commandersmiths@gmail.com, and that is where you can send the suggestions for this.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant.
All right, if you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowery is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes, he'll hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, he'll hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He will get up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. This card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. That is the new era of Stump the Smith Savant, but we have upped the giveaway rate at every 3 weeks. So right now we are round 16, week 3. So if Lowery does not get stumped this week, we'll add another card to the ante. As I mentioned before, the giveaway right now is the Nicol Bolas full art from the 30th anniversary countdown kit. And as I mentioned before, Renshai, this is an example of somebody that lost, and you can either send us the card signed or make one.
Has he ever won a card from us?
No, he always loses.
I was curious.
Yeah. Way to rub it in there, Lowery.
A few times. He knows them. He like picks too easy. He doesn't know what's hard because he knows all the cards.
Oh, he knows
what's hard.
He
would know that.
He knows what's
He's
hard.
so good at it. He's so good at it.
This week's stumper is Scale Papa. I think that's it. If Lowery can get everything about the card but can't get the name, he'll get the initials. If at that point he still has an extra clue, he will get a bonus really big giveaway clue. All right, here we go. This is a long one, so buckle up. Garl. By the way, I eliminated the chat,
Carl?
so Lowery. Yeah, that's the joke I was going to bit. Damn it, you beat me to it. Okay. But I eliminated the chat, so Lowery cannot see it, but the chat can play along and try to guess. All right, here we go. Carl! Adjust the slurry dispensers. Carl! Fetch more corpses. Carl! Quit crying and give me your brain tissue. If he doesn't stop being so rude, I'm quitting. Long ass. That's probably our longest flavor text. You want it again?
Yes, please.
Garl! But it's Garl. Garl. Garl!
Garl.
Adjust the slurry dispensers. Garl! Fetch more corpses. Garl! Quit crying and give me your brain tissue. If he doesn't stop being so rude, I'm quitting. All in quotations, the entire thing.
Okay. So this, in my mind, it's Garl. We're talking about Garl, which is probably some sort of assistant to a scientist. Brain tissue and all that kind of stuff. It makes me feel like it is some type of like zombie reanimator person. Also, like that whole thing makes it feel like it is associated with Innistrad. And also zombies in that spot is like blue-black. Like this is an Amonkhet zombies, right? This is... So is this a creature?
Hello, boobies.
Is this blue and or black?
Hello, boobies.
Okay. All right.
Look at you on a roll. Two
Is
boobies
this-
in the first before the first clue.
Hold on.
Hold on. Uh-oh. Are we getting a non-clue guesser? Is he gonna get it on no clues? That means that you send us money. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You lose.
I have a feeling this is not right, but I do kind of think that this is it. Is this Stitcher's supplier?
Wrong, wrong.
Okay.
Almost,
All right.
almost
All right.
got you. You're thinking. It seemed like you were getting it right there.
I'll take the first clue, please.
The art features a demented man working on some type of machine. The art features a demented man working on some type of machine.
If I said what plane that was this on,
I would
you
know.
would know.
Yes.
Is this Innistrad?
Hello, boobies.
Just like you and boobies. Can I hear that clue again, please?
The art features a demented man working on some type of machine.
And this is a creature,
Yeah.
and this is blue or black. Okay. I would have probably still said
There was
Stitcher
another
Supplier for
another
that.
Stitcher supplier guess as well. It was J13.
Yeah.
Oh, Renshai is getting on the
spot.
right path. They're gonna get it now. They're getting that.
The other thought that came into my head was like Delver of Secrets. Is that over 10,000 in EDH though? Like that would be, and he's kind of just working for himself, experimenting on himself. That's not that. It's a creature. It's unlikely to being a legendary creature. Garl.
Adjust the slurry dispensers. Carl, fetch more corpses. Carl, quit crying and give me your brain tissue. If he doesn't stop being so rude, I'm quitting. And J13 gets it
Oh boy.
with the assist of Renshai.
There we go. All right.
Would you like another
This
clue?
is yeah, for the sake of moving forward, let's
All right.
take the second clue.
The text features a tap ability that is very much hated by a lot of Magic players, while also giving you one colorless mana. The text features a tap ability that is very much hated by a lot of Magic players. I am not one of those. While also giving you one colorless mana. Uh-oh, I might have thrown you for a loop there.
What? Tap ability. Can you repeat it again, please?
The text features a tap ability that is very much hated by a lot of Magic players. I am not one of those, while also giving you one colorless mana.
What?
You're gonna probably want that third clue to get you. Well, you got the color pretty much. Colors.
And I'm right there with blue, black. It is a hated thing that gives a colorless mana potentially. I mean, that's kind of
colorless.
how I was taking
Yep,
it.
it's a colorless specifically.
And so it's a tap ability. It's blue or black. So like, let's go through what that could be. It could be like, it could be mill cards, sacrifice a creature, pay some life.
Is very much hated by a lot of Magic players. I am not one of those. While
discard a card.
while also giving you 1 colorless mana.
So it's probably, like tap, give a cost to give yourself mana, and we're talking about it in blue or black. More than likely, this is black. Is this black?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
This is okay. Well, let's hear the boobies. Is this blue?
Hello, boobies.
What if I hit wrong? What?
I would have been confused.
Yeah.
I would have had to start thinking about
Land, maybe? Well, because you didn't say color. Well, color identity. We always.
Yeah,
are
I mean,
assuming that at this
I'm
point.
always
We
going
do
color
that,
identity. So that does
But
make
you
it
already-
tougher to do lands. But I know it's a creature.
Yeah. You already said
Okay, so it's a blue creature that taps for something that people don't like, but Adam's okay with. So it'd be mill. So it's got there.
I was wondering how long
It is mill. Okay, so it's an 0/1.
Wrong, wrong, wrong,
It might be
wrong.
1/1. I might have been thinking of Milliken. 1/1.
Hello, boobies.
Colorless blue for the CMC.
Hello, boobies.
What's the text do?
So it's tap, mill a card, and then it gives you a colorless.
Hello, boobies.
And you already know it's a creature, but I need to get you. You got to get the tribe, what it is, kind of creature.
That's a good question. 1/1. God, I do like this one. It's originally from Innistrad.
Hello, boobies.
Can that count? I don't think it's a. Is it a human?
Hello, boobies.
We're looking for like another one.
One
All
more.
right. Yeah, damn it. All right. It's a human assistant.
Although it was the type that we were always looking for. It was never the detail of this. So I almost think I can give it to you because it was always the type. Everything about the command, I guess. I don't know. I don't think we've ever come across that part. You got human part.
I'll take the. Well, if I take the third clue, I don't get the initials. No, I don't get the third. I don't get the fourth clue.
No.
Right.
If you take the third clue, I don't give you like the bonus parts of the clue or the card.
Yeah.
But I don't think the third clue is kind of a throwaway because you pretty much know what the
I
card
already
is.
have everything. Yeah. So it's not
you
gonna help me. Is in the name, does it have Stitch in it?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
You got 4 wrong at this point.
I have 4 wrong right now.
Yeah. That's the tough
I
part.
know what
you
it
know what it
is.
is. I just don't know.
I know
the
what it
name.
is. I just don't know the name.
Let me go through the clues all again really quick. Just maybe
Yeah.
this triggers things. This is the flavor. Garl, adjust the slurry dispensers. Garl, fetch more corpses. Garl, quit crying and give me your brain tissue. If he doesn't stop being so rude, I'm quitting. First clue is the art features a demented man working on some type of machine. The text features a tap ability that is, you already know what that is. That is very much hated by a lot of Magic players, Nick. Mr. Bundy hates it. That's where I was going to say Bundy, but then I was like, no, that's going to give it away. So I just said, I don't mind it. And then gives you a color.
So 1/1 human, 1 and a blue. In the name, is it assistant?
Hello, boobies.
That's the funny thing is when you were first breaking down, you said assistant in it. I was like, holy shit, he knows this card. Because like it's some type of assistant and blah, 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 blah. I was like, wow. Way to go. You named like all this crazy stuff.
It's something assistant. It's not assistant something. Yeah, something.
See, and Renshai did the other way. He got the first part and not the second part.
There's
The art features a demented man working on some type of machine. The text, you already know the text. It's really the only other clue that helps you at this point is the first one with the art.
yeah. Oh boy. Fucking. Okay.
If you can get the second creature type, I can give you the. Yep, you're correct, Renshai, on that.
What do you say?
You'll see.
I won't. I don't get to see it. It's a human. Assistant is not a creature type. It's not an artificer. It's a for some reason it feels like an A to me. It's not like a monk. It's not a advisor. It's not. It's a human. What are you? I don't think it's a wizard. It's not. Is it a wizard? No, it's not a wizard. It's a human. I feel like it's like one of the legends' names, like Ludwig or Geralf's. What's his name? Garl?
Garl!
God.
Garl!
That could be like Garlf's Garlf's assistant. That really feels like it could be. I wish I wasn't at 4 wrong.
I know, that's the hard part.
What? And if I can get that creature type fully done, then I can get the.
Yeah, you're trying to decide which angle you're wanting to go here. Do you guess the name or do you guess the creature type? And then get the initials.
Yeah. That's where we're at. Man, it really feels like it's like Geralf's assistant. But it's not like clicking. And so it makes me feel like that's not right. It could be something like workshop assistant. It could be human. It's not an advisor. It's not assistant. Assistant is not a fucking creature type. But for some reason,
I'm making an
like
assistant deck.
Right. That's what it feels like is right there, but it's not. There. That's why you can't trust your brain.
Yeah, the only thing I can reread is your flavor and first one, because that's the only thing that really. But can you picture the card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Art features a demented man working on some type of machine. Garl adjusts the slurry dispensers. Garl fetch more corpses. Garl quit crying and give me your brain tissue. If he doesn't stop being so rude, I'm quitting.
God damn it. I wish I didn't have 4 wrong. Why'd I have to say 01?
Yeah, that got you there. But you had to guess it, you know. I think your best bet is to guess a creature type. What do you think the second type is?
All right, it's human. There there isn't much that gives. So like the thing is like it's not a human zombie, you know, it's not a like type of card, because rarely do they do mixes like human elf or whatever. Like it happens, but rarely. And and so God darn it.
You remember when we talked before the cast about how that Stump the Smith has gotten, we've gotten pretty solid with how fast Stump the Smith goes. We've gone through the music twice, and we're on the third round of the.
We're getting there right now. Yeah.
I know what the card is. I just don't know the name. I should just have that.
I know half the name, and half the creature type. I really doubt that it's Garlf's assistant, even though that's what's calling to me the most, but it's not like clicking. Ludwig was really Ludwigson?
Give me that creature type. Give me it.
Oh no. I don't know. Because I want to say like Artificer, but that's not right. It's not Shaman. It's not Wizard.
You're in blue. It's a human that is doing milling. I'm not giving you hints. I'm just trying to help you focus on
human crab. Is that? No, I'm just kidding.
Is that what people are when people are milling them or milling themselves?
You just become
crabby.
Crabby Nick.
I like it when I'm milling, but I don't have a self-mill deck. I just have a mill everybody deck.
You do. This is super problematic. Oh, darn it.
Yes, it is Renshai. If you're not looking at the card, that is the correct second creature type. I don't want to push you along, but we are going to push you along. Give me a creature type. You could do it, and you can get the and then you get stuck on the initials. I'll give you the initials, and you'll be like, because we're not even gonna be able to do the brackets, baby, if you can't get this. Just kidding. We can go a little over trying to, but right now, Staple Versus is pushed to next week, guys.
Warlock wasn't a thing then. Is it a wizard?
Hello, boobies.
You got it with the wizard. You got it with the wizard. You kept going away from it. All right. The initials are D-A. And because you do have a bonus clue, you never got that third clue. The D is a synonym for the first clue that I have in there is demented. So
deranged assistant.
There you go. Hang on.
I'm sorry.
What I had talked about is Renshai said your first clue was a wordplay on deranged. And I was like, because I am going to tell you, I'm going to give you a hint now, Lowery. Listen to those art clues.
I know you do.
I don't do it every time, but I try to, get synonyms in there.
Oh,
if
my
I
God.
can.
I got you.
You did, but man.
They were wasting a ton of time. Jesus.
Oh, shit.
I'm
dude.
so sorry.
Right.
Merry Christmas. You get nothing.
Scale Papa, you can send your card just like Renshai signing. Even if you want, just do a proxy or assign a land and say some profanity to us and all that. Next week, we are going to be adding a second card. We are going to be adding no matter what because It was third week, but now it's going to be 2 cards for the ante. We don't know what it is at this point. Now I'm going to be doing the drawing for next week. I'm putting the top on this. We're going to shake it up, shake it, and then grab one out of there. And next week, Zero Cool.
Oh,
Zero
it's been a while
Cool.
since I've heard his name.
I know, Zero Cool.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I'll tag him in the Discord. All right, so Zero Cool will be the stumper for next week. Remember, 10,000 EDH rec decks, and you have a chance to win or get your name drawn to try to stump Lowery. Okay.
Let's go to the bracket. This is all we're doing. We're done after the bracket.
Yeah, we're done after the bracket. I'll just hit the 1 button again, and then I'll end it really quick. We are on this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to go through the whole thing again.
All right.
Okay, so we have the keyword tourney bracket. Here it is right here. You guys can see this. You actually aren't going to see Larry and I for a little bit here because we are just going to go through all the matchups, and I maybe should have minimized that so we could see each other, but whatever. This is how we're going to do it. We're just going to go through each matchup, and that's kind of going to be the cast for tonight, gang. I just want your opinion on it, and we'll go back and forth with what we think. And Larry, why don't you read a couple when we go through this too? So, first matchup, since this
just go back and forth.
Yep, this is your number 1 pick. There we go.
All right. Hashtag Team Forest Walk versus Adams Ninjutsu.
Hoya!
Wait, hold on. Is that how you spell ninjutsu?
Yeah.
Ninjutsu?
Yeah, I know. I always wrote it
Uh-oh.
Ningit, but it's you.
All right. Well, I'm learning something. If you want to learn how to spell, you vote for Adam.
Josh,
if you want to just take a walk in the forest, you vote hashtag Team
Josh
Forest Walk.
just asked, have they done any shots tonight? No, we have not done shots tonight.
Don't worry about it, Josh.
Yeah. So, personal opinion on this one. I think if the Discord and patron whatever crew comes out, Forest Walk could take ninjutsu out. But if you think of the ability of ninjutsu and Yuriko, I like that one better, but that's just me.
They work well together. Because if you have an unblockable creature, we're talking about just like it is technically just land walk, but it's hashtag Team Forest Walk. And
upon your request to have it as hashtag Team Forest Walk, I said we should put land walk.
But, yeah, that's all right.
Well, I can't fit Team Forest Walk. I mean, I can make it really small. It's hashtag Forest Walk. It's all good.
Well, it makes people read it. But yeah, I personally would vote hashtag Team Forest Walk.
What? No way.
Right.
All right. The next matchup is Trample versus Proliferate. What are your thoughts? Personally, I would take Trample in this one.
Because you voted for it. Well, that was your pick.
Yeah, but no, I would still take Trample over there.
Why would you?
Why would you? That's how you get through. I do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
That's
because Trample affects like one creature, and that might be awesome. But Proliferate, you're able to add like
stop taking the ones that you draft and try to get people to
counters. it allows you to add on many things.
There is one problem here. If John, it won't. It'll show up on the bottom. I was gonna say if anybody bought shots, this one I don't have the notification, so it actually won't pop up because I just made this slideshow thing today. So if you do buy it, I do see it on the little bar thing, so this should be fine. Anyways, so you take Proliferate in this one.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next matchup 3. This one's kind of funny.
Oh, is that how that ended up?
That's how it lined up.
That's fucking good.
Yeah. So what do you got?
That's good.
What is it?
That touched versus lifelink.
It's like fantastic.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Because now you got to figure out which part of
I could see
they're awesome.
This one's gonna be close for me. Like
I think so too.
Which
part of Basilisk Collar are you using? Why are you running it?
Most of the time it's the life link, but the death touch is a really good threat, you know? Like I like that part of it. And it's just
depends on what you're doing. Like if you put it on like Niv Mizzet Perun, it's there for the death touch.
Yeah, for sure.
If you put it on something with Trample, it's probably still the death touch.
Well,
like
it depends.
If you want to put it on, like if you're about to Chandra's Ignition it's probably still death touch.
I I don't know.
I think that
I mean,
touches the way.
the lifelink could really flip the game, like lifelink that's no joke, man. I mean, that gets you back in games. I don't know what game that was where I gained 30 whatever life. That wasn't necessarily lifelink, but there's lifelink can really change things quite a bit. So I think this one's going to be closer. I think it's going to be the closest one we've seen so far out of the matchups.
I agree. That's a good one. I'm glad it landed that way.
Yeah. I think the next one is matchup 5, right? Or is that, yeah.
I don't know.
Or whatever.
Undying
The next matchup,
versus
Undying
Extort.
Yeah. This one, I like the Undying of things coming back and getting the +1/+1 counters.
Yeah.
Extort is also nice with gaining life by playing spells and damage or life.
Are you playing this even? Are you playing this even right now?
What do you mean playing it even?
Well, you're trying to say like I feel like when you're
I'm
even,
not fighting
you're saying like you would vote Extort, but you picked Undying, and that's how I feel like when you're playing it even.
No,
right
I'm trying to be even. You're trying to fight for your side. That's how it's going.
You can't out me.
I think personally, I like Undying better because it's almost like it's like a protection on your creature. It's kind of like totem armor in a way, how I see it. So it's like almost like you're protecting your creature.
I'd say it's better than like if they had auras that said Undying, like sacrifices creature, it dies, or sacrifices aura, the creature dies, but it comes back into play with a 1/1 counter. I'd be like, fuck yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
because you get like double,
you get the
like
ETB
triggers
stuff.
or whatever.
Yeah, you get all that fun stuff, and there's ways to abuse it by putting the -1 counters and all that. So yeah, this one should be interesting. I think that'll be
I think Extort is really fair.
Yeah,
it's like good. Like when you're talking about like that life gain is sneaky good. With lifelink, Extort is kind of that way too.
I just don't think that it's used as much, and that's why it isn't as there isn't as many cards that have it. I think there needs to be more. It'd be kind of nice, but
well, I think this is really like if we're gonna like Undying, the only card that's really heavily played is Micaeus.
Yeah, he's
and Extort has
Blind Obedience,
and then that mana doubler in black for swamps.
Cryptghast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Though, and that's kind of about it.
Yeah. So these actually are kind of a fair matchup because they both don't have a lot to compare here. So, all right.
It'd be awesome if they built on both of these.
Yeah, for sure.
Like did more of this.
Yep. Next matchup is Goad versus Flash. Ooh. Goad, you sniped from me. I really like Goad. I do like being able to play things for like instant speed, your creatures and like their surprise attacks.
Yeah.
If I was voting though,
you'd vote.
I would probably vote Goad. Yes, because I like Goad.
Flash feels way too much like Counterspell, and we
have a lot of those
neither
players.
of us like that. Yeah,
we have a lot.
We don't like that. So Goad wins on this one.
But
doesn't matter what you guys vote. Goad wins.
Yeah, this one will be interesting. All right, next matchup. Ooh. Larry, you go ahead and read that one.
Indestructible versus Storm. I think Indestructible takes this. Like, really? Like, Storm is very niche.
Yeah.
And Indestructible, it's nice there's plenty of support for that. Like, equipment, instance, it's on creatures,
it's protection.
It's on stuff.
It's
it's a
protecting your
type
stuff.
Thing.
I would vote Indestructible in this. I do have Storm in my Blanca deck, which has won me games before. But Indestructible, I'm all about. We have that in our blueprints of protecting your creatures, and Indestructible. I like that. I have that in a lot of cards, the surprise stuff, but. We are like J13. I know now you're not seeing the comments, Laura, but he wrote Storm because he's a combo player. He likes playing combos. And we do have a lot of people that like doing that. So I can see there being a big battle, but I think Indestructible will probably win this one. I guess
probably.
We'll see. We'll see how many combo players we have here.
Next,
I
don't know how we would have tracked combo players,
right. But next one is Overload versus Riot. So these are both like two things that aren't used a lot. Riot's relatively new, and Overload is only on it's on probably 10, 15 cards at the most. But when you hit that overload, whoo-hoo,
it's good.
yes,
and I like the duality of overload where it's like it's cheap if you need it to be.
Yeah, but then you can really wreck
But you
shit up.
want to hold on to it.
Right.
Like with Van the Blast, you could just destroy that one artifact, but you can overload it and just get way ahead.
Yeah.
I think Riot is a solid pick.
Yeah, I mean I like it can have haste or getting the 1/1 counter. Like if you're like, well, I don't really
care about
I don't really need to attack anybody. There's nobody I can attack this turn, so I'll just come in with the 1/1 counter on it. Like it's I mean, does that kill haste, I guess, in a way? And I think I do have haste in here. Yeah, I do have haste.
You did pick haste as well. Yeah. I think I prefer Riot over haste.
Yeah, for sure, because it's better. It's an upgrade. It's kind of like why we didn't pick first strike, because double strike is on the list. Better. It's like, well, why? Yeah. Why even have that? All right. Next matchup. Okay. Yep. This is the last one of this bracket.
Okay. Yep. All right. So Adam's pick was banding.
You don't have to point it out. I just did it for shits and giggles.
Now I do. And then it's versus Scry, which that's gonna win here.
Yeah. I mean,
that's,
unless you're going for the LOLs, the lulls.
Yeah. I love that they added Scry as like an evergreen keyword where they just kind of fit it wherever they feel like it fits.
Yeah. I mean, Scry is just better, especially on lands that come into play taps. You know,
temples?
Temples are amazing.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. So the next one is, okay. So this is my number one pick. It is Landfall versus Horsemanship.
Landfall wins this by a horse slide. Actually, landslide could have worked here too.
Yeah. I mean, horsemanship's cool. There isn't a lot of cards with it on it. I mean, the cool thing is that they're unblockable. And that they could have just said that instead of horse. But I guess other horsemen can block it, so that's the difference with it.
Again, nobody's using horsemanship. It's very similar to Shadow.
Yeah, except Shadow can't block other creatures,
anything.
And horseman you can.
It's that's the shitty part of Shadow. Landfall is just better. It's amazing. I love the mechanic. I hope to see it in the finals.
Yeah. Well, actually, J13 said, I'm voting for banding just because I like flexing.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. All right.
Clearly, he's Team Adam.
He said just because I like flexing that I understand it. That's the thing about banding, why I picked it, because most people don't understand how banding works. And for the longest time, when we were kids, we didn't understand how it worked.
Yeah, so it's going to be Jesus, one vote against 1,342.
That's how many votes we get? Sweet. All right.
No, probably not. But,
next one, Lowery, you call this one.
Connive versus Unblockable.
Oh, so it's kind of like that horsemanship. Connive's relatively new.
It is.
Unblockable is it's unblockable. I like Connive though. You have that really good commander that does the conniving.
Rafina's sweet. You just get to see so many cards with it.
It might be too new to go against something that's so staple,
I can see that. Yeah.
Unblockable is just what you look at trying to get your commander through and your, whatever. But I think this one, I would go unblockable, but I think Connive, I like that mechanic and I want them to keep doing it.
I think if you have built a Rafine deck, you will vote Connive, but if you haven't played against it or built it, you probably will vote unblockable. That's how I see it.
I played against it and I will still vote unblockable.
Really?
Because there's a lot of mine that my commander I needed to get through, like Blanca or Yuriko, and there's a lot of unblockable stuff in there, and unblockable is nice. Green?
You are a motherfucking liar.
What are you talking about? I guess I don't. Well, there is some unblockable. It's equipment.
You've done it with Blanca a few times now. Where
I know, because it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's unblockable. Then they can't block it.
That's trampling. It's huge.
I know. I actually don't think I have it. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right. So split second versus cycling. Ooh, where do you feel on this one?
As a mechanic, I'd go split second. It's crazy good.
Nothing stops it. You can't react to it. Cycling is nice when you
Right.
don't need that card. It's just like, well, I don't need this land. Let's try to find something else.
Yeah. And I would just say build a better deck.
Right.
No, but cards wise,
I would just say
there's a
build
lot
better deck.
there's more support for cycling, and the
Right.
cards I would say are better. But if we did just like conceptually,
What
every
the
card
ability?
in your deck, conceptually, if every card had split second or cycling, you can't have both.
Yeah.
What would
Split
you
second
choose?
would be hands down, because it'd be, I don't want to get my shit countered split second, or I don't want to, interrupted at all split second, because it happens. It's on the stack. It's done.
And I would probably go with cycling, because there's always times where you're like, I don't need to draw this
That's a good
land.
point,
I can
too.
pay 2, get rid of it, draw a card. And so like that card selection versus not being able to be stopped,
Well,
that's an interesting see to what would happen.
let's rewind this. What would you do if we were still playing with our cousin Jake back in the day and he had his counterspell deck? The silence you hear is Lowery thinking that split second is his choice. I can't see your
like
face.
if we were
I
talking
don't like
about
this,
that
not seeing your
specific
face.
deck,
Yes.
like if that's all we played against Jake, then yeah,
Counterspells.
I'd go split second. But also cycling versus his reanimate deck would be really good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Because
remember
his reanimation deck was really good.
I just
and we'd
remember
be
his
able to just
counterspell deck.
cycle our creatures, and then when he was like reanimate everything, like zoom, we're like, okay, bring back this huge thing just like you are.
Yeah.
And so
All right.
I think they're when you
it's
think
gonna be-
about it like that, I think it's comparable.
Yep. I think this one will be close. Did you read that one? I don't remember.
I think I did.
Okay. So next one is Myriad versus Double Strike. You picked Myriad because that was one of my favorites
Probably one of yours, yeah.
for Duke. But Double Strike is just Double Strike, man. That's some bad stuff. That's why
It's a bad dude over there with Double Strike.
yeah, I think, and Myriad's, it's not new, but it's new-ish. There isn't a lot of cards.
It's
with
under supported.
Right. There isn't a lot. Double Strike is that's relatively newish too, in a way. Not
What?
that. No, I mean like
Came on like Mirrodin.
like
like
10,
10
years
years
ago.
ago.
Yes, that's what I mean. New. I mean, you go back 10 years. It's 2012, dude. This has already been out for 25 years. Magic the
Actually,
Gathering.
it might be out 20 years. It's been out for 20 years.
Okay, whatever. Shut up. Don't. But
This
yeah,
came
Double
out
Strike.
in like
I guess what it is
I
there
want to say
isn't
like
a-
2000.
Yeah, no,
2000 to
World
2002.
Wake, well,
like,
World Wake, you have that
four?
goblin that does that too.
for what?
World Wake has the goblin. The goblin he has Double Strike.
Oh, yeah. Warren Instigator.
Yes, thank you. So whenever that's one that I remember from older, but that's early
Yeah,
2000s.
it was made before that.
Yeah.
And so the thing was like, I always like Double Strike when I have like a lot of creatures that when they deal damage, some effect happens.
Yeah, so you get it twice.
Right. But then like if I could apply that to Myriad, it'd be the same thing. But
Yeah.
most Myriad cards don't have that.
I love my
So
Duke deck.
like
It's
it's
one of my favorite decks, man.
this is a really I think this one's tough.
Yeah.
Because like you can just like one shot people with Double Strike with your commander.
Especially if you do like the sneaky bit with that equipment that comes in on, and it's less what is it called?
Oh yeah. From Throne of Eldraine.
Yeah.
Embercleave.
Thank you. So that one can be sneaky game winner. There's the instant that,
God, I wish I was at this point of buzzing when we were doing Savant.
because then you would have got it
I'd be
sooner.
doing all right. We're doing all right.
All right, let's move on to the next matchup. This is on you, Lowery.
I know what I would choose, but Infect versus Ward.
You did bring up
I
a
don't
good
think-
point in the drafting part with Ward. I will give you that. So go ahead and say what
What did I say? Oh, the
Ward-
counterspell part.
Yes,
Okay.
that's like I was like, why would you even have Ward if you have hexproof? And
So-
this is the reason why you would have Ward.
With Ward, if somebody has like Ward 4 and you couldn't pay it, it counters the spell.
Yeah. So
But if
even
it's hexproof,
they can't even tap their mana.
They can't even
what they
do
were
it.
doing.
But if you did it like
you didn't
if
realize
you did
they had
hexproof
ward
at like instant speed, then it would fizzle the spell. But if you're like, I target this, I remove it, and you're like, actually, it already has hexproof, then it rewinds until you're like, okay, I guess I'm going to target something else.
Yeah.
But
Whereas
with ward,
it
you just be
counters.
like, oh, it actually has ward 4. Can you pay the 4? No. All right, counter that spell. They can't rewind that shit.
Yeah.
But
infect is just infect. I mean, you either hate it or you love it. I like infect. You hate it.
I do hate it, but I have found it useful when it's like, okay, this would work great in this situation where I can win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like one shot with there's a black instant that gives +1/+0 and infect, or Triumph of the Hordes is classically good.
I always liked it because
Blightsteel Colossus.
It would get around people's life gain decks, or like I just liked that part of it. I think this one will be interesting. I think Ward is very new, this year new, and I think it's going to run into that factor where I like that we had a lot of new stuff.
Infect wins.
Yes, I do, but I think Ward they keep using it. I like that ability.
Well, I think also here is like with Ward, you're not going to have a Ward deck,
right? But you have an
infect can have an infect deck,
yeah.
And people love that when you can build a deck around a mechanic. Mm-hmm. People gravitate towards that. So although I don't agree, I can see infect winning this one.
Yep. All right. The next matchup is Protection versus Exalted. I'm gonna go back to the indestructible argument that you had earlier that we talked about and that I mentioned too with that, how I felt about it. If it fits here too for me. Protection, I like protecting my stuff. I rather have protection. That's how you don't get kids. And Exalted is just based on your one creature attacking and getting the 1/1. I don't think there's as big of a benefit. I'd rather protect my stuff than get something 1/1.
And really, protection is so good. I'm Exalted. I picked Exalted. Protection's better. Protection should win this one.
Yeah, this is your lower seeds though, so it makes
that's kind of true. I do love Exalted, but protection is so good when it comes to like it protects your creature from dying from damage. Like so it survives a blasphemous act. It can block whatever it needs to in those colors. It can create unblockable situations from that. Like it's very, very versatile without having it be wordy.
Yeah.
That. Like protection is very good. Actually, I think do you know what seed that was for you? Like what pick?
Hang on. Protection was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 pick?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably about right. But I think it's probably good enough to be like
could be higher
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Next matchup.
Haste versus Evoke.
All right, so Haste is on this side of the bracket, Riot's on the other. If they face each other, Haste will lose. Haste is good. Evoke is very good. Nice. Being able to with the cheaper or not cheaper, it's coming into play. But yeah, cheaper typically to get into play or free. There's a lot of time, especially with the new ones with Modern Horizons 2.
Oh,
Evoke got a lot better because they got some really big tools that you can use. So
that's true.
I think Haste will win because of Haste being in the old school guy, but Evoke is good. Like I like Evoke a lot.
I agree. And my pick was Evoke, but I think against Haste, there's enough support there. You always want some type of haste enabler, whether it's Greaves Boots, Anger, Crashing Drawbridge, Riot, something like you want some sort of haste in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you don't sit down and go like, I need some Evoke in my deck. Like that. That's not something that you do. So I think haste just kind of wins this from usage.
Right. I can agree with that. All right, next matchup is Vigilance versus Hexproof. There's my Hexproof. I have to.
Okay, that is your Hexproof.
I gotta do my Hexproof, baby. I mean, I like Hexproof. Again, I go back to protecting my stuff. I want to do stuff, and I want it to get through. I don't want it to get killed, so I like Hexproof. Vigilance is nice. Vigilance is very nice.
It's nice. It's not bad. It's very cute.
It is. Being able to attack and having blockers is very nice.
I agree here. Hexproof. I think it's one of those things very similar to haste. Like, how do I protect my creatures? And Hexproof, Indestructible, Shroud, those are like the top 3.
Yeah. And this is my number 2 pick.
And Ward. But
this was my number 2 pick. So I think this is the bottom. I think that was our last matchup right there.
Okay. And Vigilance, I like. It's like it allows me to be aggressive and defensive at the same time. But it's not something that I'm like, oh, I got to fit this in here. Like mass Vigilance.
Right. It's just a bonus.
So,
it's a bonus.
It's just a bonus. It's nice. It's cute. Hexproof is fantastic.
All right. So that should do it for the bracket. Let me go back to our main stuff so we get us back on camera here. Okay. So here's the big thing. The voting for this is going to go up tomorrow for those of you that are watching on YouTube. We'll get those all going because we aren't doing staple versus this week. We'll push it on to next week. So you guys can start voting. You'll get a couple day jump on the voting for all of those. We will announce the winners and the new matchups next week. So we always got to kind of factor that in. It's going to be about a 10 to 15 minute process of going through all that stuff.
Yeah.
I probably will end the voting by at least Sunday. That gives me time to make the next bracket thumbnails. So, so it might end a day earlier. So that we're starting the voting earlier. It's still the same voting time frame that we do for staple versus. But so yeah, get out there and vote for those.
We might have to cancel staple versus here for a bit and just have this replace it.
That might be a good point. Yeah.
So
it might be just till we finish up we're going down to 16.
I think, this week, next week, and maybe 8, but I doubt it. So like 8, 4, 2.
Yeah. So yeah, but I think that's a good point. I think on air production, I agree with you that we.
So probably next week we're skipping staple versus.
Plus, we don't want people to get confused, like all these voting things we have going. So
yeah, that's also true.
So all right,
look at that.
We're just a little over an hour. That's not too bad. I mean, Stump was a little tough, but you got there.
Sorry,
you got there. You got there. You had to work it out. You guessed wizard. It was a good guess.
That was a fucking reach.
Yeah.
Because I definitely didn't think it was wizard, but it was the only logical thing in my head that would work.
Yeah. And I almost repeated what Renshai had said. You're a wizard. But I was like, I don't want to give any hints. So I like kept my mouth quiet.
Yeah, that would have.
But
glad
all right.
You didn't.
So that should do it for this week. Remember to get out and do the voting for all of these matchups here. So like I said, tomorrow they will go up live. Also, don't forget, if you're listening to this and you have not subscribed to the channel, or if you subscribe to the channel, make sure you go on that video and vote. All you have to do is write those keywords, even if they aren't unlocked. That's how you unlock them, is by writing those keywords in there. You only can vote once.
And I believe this is down in the notes, right?
Yes.
If you look in the show notes down below, you'll be able to find that video and go make your comments and sub. And
one of the first things after our chapters and everything like that.
Yeah.
First thing you can click on there. But remember, I mentioned this last week. You can vote for all 8 of them. You just need to write those keyword names. But you only can vote for each one of them once. So I could tell that we have a discrepancy because our views are almost the same as our voting. So we know there's people that are only picking and choosing. I would say if you only wanted one thing, you just vote for that. But if you want to try to win more stuff, vote on all 8. Just put every single one.
Yeah.
It's easy. So, all right, guys, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys in the new year, 2023.
What? In the year 2023.
All right, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys later.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Boy.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Chicka chicka. Chicka chicka cherry.
Ow, ow. Oh, Lowery, you're stumped, man. You got that. The crazy thing is, you right away you were like assistant, and I was like, holy shit, he's gonna get this before he even